thank you for coming to the Musée Magazine People of the Year interviews. I'm Olivia.
I'm Najma Ali.
All right, so Najma, can you just start by telling me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Najma. I am Somali American and I'm a first-generation student here at the University of Minnesota. I value education and I feel like everyone should have the chance to get the education that they want and deserve. I'm a Sagittarius, I'm an ENFP. I love to be involved in my community and just helping out whenever I can. I'm a helpful person, I like to think. I have 5 siblings and I have a little sister who's 6 years old right now and I absolutely adore her. And I enjoy doing arts and crafts. I used to do embroidery and now I like to sew. I'm currently making bonnets for my friends.
That's awesome. I'm a Capricorn.
I love that.
So why did you choose the U?
I chose the U just because I like their motto, drive to discover. I'm a very natural, curious person, so it just made sense for me to go here. And also my friends were going here, so it was an easy decision. Yeah.
That's great. Do you live close to the U?
Originally, I lived in St. Paul, so I used to take the train to school, but now I live in Blaine, so I commute. I drive here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and so what year are you in?
I'm a senior. This is my last semester. Yeah, I'm almost out of here.
Is that exciting or a little bit nerve-wracking?
It's both. I think this is the first point in my life where I don't know what the next year is going to look like. I applied for graduate schools and just after like June, my life is going to look a lot different than it is right now. I'll probably not even be in the state. I'll probably be doing be in a program or working, or I just don't know what the next year is going to look like. So that's very exciting and very nerve-wracking at the same time.
And so what is your major here?
I'm majoring in sociology with a minor in public health.
All right, and what do you plan on doing with that?
I'm hoping to go to grad school for global health, and I'm hoping to eventually work with health disparities. Specifically, I have a special interest in Black maternal mortality and infant mortality, just because it's something that's prominent in my community, and I want to try to find a way to help lessen the disparity.
That's really great. Okay, and so are you involved in any activities on campus?
Yes, I'm currently the vice president of the Black Student Union, and a year beforehand I was a part of the founding board of the Somali Association of Pre-Health Students, and a year before that I was a part of the Minority Association of Pre-Med students.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that's a lot to do on campus. Is there anything that you do off campus?
When I first started college, I was volunteering at my mosque every weekend, and I was working at Regent's Hospital as a CNA, and nothing that I'm currently working at the Minneapolis Health Department, but beyond like the things that I have to do, I am an unofficial college counselor. So there's high school students and like middle school students who get in contact with me, and I help them like think about college, think about scholarships. I help them write their college resumes, college essays, stuff like that, just because, and write them recommendations after like I tell them to volunteer at a specific place or somewhere near me where I can like kind of look at the work that they do, and then I can write them a recommendation, because I feel like one thing that gets in the way of first-gen students and specifically Black students in general, like African Americans, is that they don't have the resources. They don't have the resources to do things. Like they can't go volunteer because they don't like have a car to take them, or they don't have reliable transportation. So one thing that I really like to do is give people those chances that they don't get to have, and so that I can help them get into college. Because like I said before, I really value education, so everybody deserves to have that chance.
Yeah. Obviously you're doing a great job at trying
you.
to give everybody a chance to pursue the education that they deserve. So do you have any advice for people who want to get involved in the community the way that you are?
Some advice I'd give people is just talk to a lot of people. I think your network is your net worth. So if you just tell people that you want to get involved in something, you'll probably meet someone who is involved in something, and they'll help you get into it. Because a lot of the things that I do, it's not something that I signed up for. It's something that just like, it kind of not landed on my lap, but something that I like really like, I went for, like I asked for it, like, hey, give me this opportunity, or give this to me. I need to do this. So it's like, be demanding in the things that you want and the things that you need to do, and don't give up. Yeah.
All right, that's some great advice. And obviously you hold some leadership positions. So what are some qualities of a leader that you feel are very important?
I think a leader needs to be confident in their abilities, and even if they're not confident in their abilities, to fake it. Just because when it comes to leadership, people look to the person that's not having a meltdown or somebody who like looks like they're calm, cool, and collected. So it's like if you're a leader, fake it till you make it. And it's really hard. Like no one's gonna be the perfect leader. It's really hard to make last minute decisions or like navigate through like specific crises or situations. So even if you feel like you can't be a leader, you can. You just have to fake it. Everyone's faking it. Everyone's putting on a performance almost at all times. So I would say to people, don't beat yourself up if you don't feel like you're like the perfect definition of a leader. Everyone's a leader in their own ways.
Yeah, and to go off that, what do you think are some good qualities in a member of the community? How do you think people can improve their behaviors and their outlooks on life in order to help the community?
I think a good way for people to be a good member of the community is firstly be open-minded. And there's a lot of different people and we're all going through life differently. We all have different upbringings, we all have different childhoods. So just being open to the fact that everyone is different and not everybody thinks the same way as you do. And also, there's no also. Sorry, that's it.
Okay. So just to be open-minded and to be respectful
and
of
accepting
other people
of others.
and accepting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So who is your role model?
I have a mental image of my future self in my head, and she's successful, she's happy, she's professional, she's healthy, and she knows what her purpose is in life. And whenever I'm going through like a crisis or a situation or making a really big decision, I'm thinking, how would future Najma navigate through this situation? And as a person, I don't like to compare myself to others. I only like to compare myself to myself. And I like to tell people, and I like to tell myself, that in order to become your future self, you have to act like your future self. And that's a way to promote like growth in yourself without belittling yourself or like what you've been through in the past.
That's awesome. I feel like I should adopt that mindset now.
I think everyone.
Yeah. So what keeps you motivated to keep tackling the issues that you care about?
When I was in 5th grade, I learned about the bystander effect. And I learned that when crises or like bad situations happen, people tend to freeze and not get involved because societally we're kind of removed from everyone, and we don't tend to like involve ourselves in things that don't pertain to us. And because of that, a lot of people who are like in need and need help don't get the help they need just because everyone thinks, oh, somebody else is going to fix the situation. Somebody else is gonna come and save the person. I don't need to get involved. And that's not saying like people are naturally bad. It's just because of American society that we live in, we're all like very individualistic. And I also learned that when one person steps up and gets themselves involved, even if it's like going to them and asking, are you okay? Or how can I help? Or just asking questions like what should we do right now? And then once you do that, other people will naturally come and try to help because they just don't want to be the person. Like, oh, I'm not enough. Like people think, oh, like I can't do that, but everybody can. It's just that I feel like it's just the way that we are as people. People are good. They just need that push to get involved in things. And I told myself I would gladly be that push. And sometimes that means going to people like in drastic situations. Are you okay? How can I help? And sometimes it means just sitting in a room saying, this doesn't seem right, this doesn't feel right, we need to do something, we need to change something. And sometimes it can be really difficult to be that person, but I think there needs to be that person in every room that we're in, so I became that person.
You've answered all of these questions wonderfully, and it was so nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.